Getting started with supplies, you're going to want 1 yard of canvas, denim, or twill, and 1 yard of lighter weight lining. 2 zippers, 1 12-inch and 1 16-inch. 2 yards of webbing or seatbelt strap, and these can be 1.5 inch or 2 inches wide. 1 buckle set, and it's going to have to match your webbing, so 1.5 inch or 2 inch buckle set. 2 magnetic snaps. And lastly, you need your pattern, and this pattern is available at properfitclothing.com. Super easy to use, just download it, print it, and you're ready to go. And the links for all the supplies will be in the description, so definitely go check that out. After cutting out your pattern, you're going to want to end up with 2 of your back main panels, 1 out of your outer layer and 1 out of your lining. You want 2 front pocket panels and both out of your outer layer. 1 top corner and 1 bottom corner panel, and also 1 front backing panel, and this is out of your outer layer. And the rest of the panels you cut out of your lining. We're going to start by grabbing the corner pocket panels, both top and bottom. And also grab your lining for the corner pocket panel. Place the right sides together on the edges that line up. Pin them on and sew along those edges. Now we're going to add a top stitch to the lining, so go ahead and roll it over the outer layer and stitch across. And we're going to go ahead and do the same thing to the other side, but this time we're going to be doing it on top of the outer layer, so roll it over on top of the lining and stitch along that edge. And go ahead and fold that pocket closed by lining up the sides of both the top and bottom corner pocket panels. And then we're going to go ahead and grab our magnetic snap, and we're going to add these to the lining of that pocket. So place it just on the inside of that pocket, and we're going to attach it to the lining on both sides. And I recommend making your marks with chalk and lining them up, making sure the points come together, and once you're satisfied with your markings, go ahead and snip the holes and slide your magnet into place, and all you have to do is put the back on and fold over the edges of that back. And we're going to go ahead and do the same thing for the other side. These magnets are super easy to use and they look really nice on the bag. Next, we're going to close out the lining pocket edges, so go ahead and just stitch along those edges. Now we're going to grab both of our pocket panels and place the right sides together, and we're going to sew along that top edge. And once you finish sewing, flip the wrong sides together, flatten out that top, and we're going to add a top stitch as close as we can to that top edge. Grab your other magnetic closure set, place that completed pocket panel on your pocket backing panel, line them up, add your markings, and then go ahead and install your magnetic snaps. And make sure you only go through 1 layer of your pocket panel. And you want to mainly make sure that all the edges line up after you snap it together. Grab the front side pocket lining, your 16-inch zipper, and lay the right side of your zipper on top of that pocket panel. And lay the lining on the other side, sandwiching that zipper in between your pocket panel and your lining. I recommend pinning that together so everything is set and secured, and once it's pinned, go ahead and sew along that edge. And what you do is go ahead and flip that lining out and under that pocket panel. Make sure everything lines up. And once everything is lined up, we're going to go ahead and add a top stitch to that zipper edge. And you will be stitching on top of the outer layer. Grab the back pocket side lining and also your corner pocket, and we're going to go ahead and lay that behind your pocket panel And then your corner pocket panel, we're gonna line it up on the edge with right sides together on the zipper. And again, I recommend pinning those layers together, and once you have it pinned and lined up, go ahead and sew along that edge. And again, we're going to be adding another top stitch to the outer layer, but this time the lining will not be included, so just go ahead and roll that outer layer over and top stitch along that edge. And make sure you avoid the corner pocket panel lining when you're stitching that on. Separate the side pocket panel lining, and what we're going to do is sew along that edge as close as you can to the outside edge, closing off that pocket. Grab your 12-inch zipper, and we're going to be marking an 8-inch section in the center of that zipper. Grab your 2 zipper end panels, and this will also be included in the pattern. And we're going to go ahead and place those panels right sides together on that 8-inch mark. And this will be done on both sides. And before you sew those on, make sure the zipper train is moved to the inside section of that 8-inch marking. And once the zipper is moved, go ahead and sew those zipper panels on. Once they're on, go ahead and trim the zipper ends. Roll that panel flat and add a top stitch along that edge. Now we're going to go ahead and cut an 11-inch and a 45-inch strip of your webbing or seatbelt strap. Grab the 11-inch piece and your buckle. You're going to want to feed it through the bottom of your buckle and go ahead and roll that end over twice and stitch along that edge.
Really, I think you ought to give him a chance. He seems kind of helpless. Helplessness is the last thing I am looking for.
Next, grab the 45-inch piece, slide it through your strap adjuster and then through the other side of the buckle. And you're going to want to go from back to front, and then you're going to want to slide it back through that strap adjuster. And again, we're going to go ahead and fold that end over twice and hem that edge. And you can totally use webbing or the seatbelt strap. It's totally up to you and what look you want to go with. And typically the seatbelt strap is sold in 2-inch width, so just make sure you grab a buckle that is a 2-inch buckle if you choose to go with the seatbelt strap. Now we're going to take that strap and place it on our main back panel, and what we're going to do is place a shorter 11-inch side on the side that's more pointy, which is going to be the front. And place the other side on the opposite corner, and what we're going to do is sew that as close as we can to that edge. And this is going to help keep those straps into position as we sew on that front panel.
Come on. What's your answer?
You take my breath away.
Next, we're going to grab that zipper that we added the zipper panels to and place it on the front edge just below that 11-inch strap. And once you have it pinned down, we're going to go ahead and sew all the way along that edge. Grab your main back panel lining and then also your front completed section and place it on top of that lining, and we're going to stitch all the way along the outside edge, attaching that lining to the top. And again, before you start sewing, make sure you move that zipper train towards the center of that front pocket panel. And once it's pinned down, go ahead and sew as close as you can to the outside edge.
Reach the wizard.
Grab your back panel with the straps and your front panel and place the right sides together, and what we're going to do is pin it all the way around the outside edge, and don't forget to flip that zipper edge up and pin it to the front panel.
Reach the wizard.
And once it's all lined up and pinned together, we're gonna go ahead and sew all the way around the outside edge. And again, go ahead and trim those zipper ends off. And at this point, I do recommend adding bias tape all the way around the outside edge to really secure off those raw edges. But other than that, go ahead and flip the right side out and take a look at the edges. Make sure that all the layers are included and there's no holes in the outside edge. And a final step is to add zipper pulls. Super good little touch. You can either add parachute cord or pre-made zipper pulls. They're super easy to add. Other than that, your bag is complete. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, let us know what you think. We're going to keep the videos coming at you, so we'll see you next time.